Welcome again to Frame of Mind, a video mental health series. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month, but around here we think about mental health each and every day. 3 years ago we got a call from Hopelab, a really cool foundation out of San Francisco that's focused on improving adolescent and young adult mental health. They had identified isolation and loneliness as the #1 issue getting in the way of student success. So they saw the work that we were doing. They were really intrigued by the platform that we had in the space. So they partnered with us to take on this issue of loneliness.
We know that Gen Z is the loneliest living generation, and being lonely actually places students at significantly higher risk for anxiety and depression, substance use, suicidal behaviors, as well as dropout.
Now, all of this is before the pandemic.
Back in 2019, 67% of students were saying that they felt very lonely on college campuses. And in light of the pandemic, we've seen those rates increase significantly. I've seen them from 70% on the very low end all the way up to 90%.
I remember when I went to college, I found myself being isolated and lonely. But there's also clear evidence that today's college students are in a much more dire situation. Is it because social media and the pressures brought on by that makes people maybe feel more isolated? So they haven't learned how to form relationships and have small talk. Students are finding themselves on a college campus with this great potential in front of them, but just not getting out there and making the connections they need to thrive.
The stat that gets me is a student who graduated high school in 2015 has had 50% less in-person interactions than a high school student who graduated in 2000. And the brilliance of Nod, and we get this question all the time, is how is an app going to help with students forming social connections?
Isn't that the problem?
Yeah, like why are you doing that? You're reinforcing it, and it's just the opposite. Our belief and what our research showed is that if we don't meet students on their devices, we might not meet them at all. But unlike other social media apps out there, the goal of Nod is not to keep students in the app. The very goal of Nod is to get them out into the real world, practicing the building blocks of friendship via little mini missions and getting notifications and then engaging in CBT exercises and other evidence-based ways to build up that support and calm themselves down when they're anxious and also give themselves a pat on the back when they do and try something different.
But we also had to make it engaging and fun and graphics, and so this is where the art of branding and creativity comes in. We wanted the app interface to be something that was really friendly and engaging, disarming in some ways. But then how do you promote a tool to help somebody deal with being isolated and lonely? How can you put a brand together that is inviting and welcoming? That, I think our team really crushed that work in creating Nod, from the name, the look and feel. The campaign that we put together is really working and resonating with students.
Nod as an app was a finalist for multiple Fast Company awards for design. And we have a randomized control trial on the science side that says students who use this app do indeed decrease symptoms of loneliness, depression, and increase their feelings of campus belonging. We have both the want to use it and the science saying we're delivering on the health outcomes that we set out to do.
So with the success of Nod on college campuses, we thought, well, if we want college students to be better prepared for making friends when they go off to college, perhaps we should take our act further upstream to high school. We've partnered with the Colorado Education Initiative, and we were awarded an Upswing grant to transcreate the Nod experience for high school students. It's also opened our eyes to how we can take our platforms, our well-being platforms, and apply it to other populations that are in need.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.